Welcome back, everybody. That was quite an intense testimony of an episode, if I do say so myself. I guess to break things down a little bit, I just wanted to make a few little comments and then wrap things up. And the first thing I think I'm going to attack here is I just want to say, wow, Daniel, I'm just like really proud of you through the things that you've gone through to not actually walk away from the Lord, such as somebody as myself when we get to my testimony. I mean, some of those things would have easily gotten me to just, I think, peace out. And I really appreciate the fact that you at least stuck with your faith. And obviously that's what really kept you afloat, so to speak. I think a lot of people couldn't handle some of those things, or maybe necessarily wouldn't handle those things with the Lord by their side or as the main focus of their life. When in actuality, that is what actually got you through everything, was your relationship with God. And without Jesus, you have nothing. So bravo for not turning away from Jesus. Something also that Daniel mentioned was his struggles with pornography, etc., etc. And he did mention, a verse I believe he quoted by Jesus, and it said, "If you look upon a woman with lust, then you've committed adultery with her in your heart." And I think it's really, really important for all of us to remember that. Us men. You talked about how you've already cheated on Elizabeth just by some of those actions in your mind that have happened. And I'd also like to throw this one out for the guys. I mean, that really kind of convicted me, because it's not just your wife that you're cheating on, it's your family, if you have a family. And for Daniel and I, that's really awful. I mean, just every time you're tempted to look at a woman, think about those kids. I mean, you're robbing those kids, essentially, is what Jesus is also saying, I think, if you wanted to extrapolate on that all. So some food for thought there. I was really convicted myself when you tied that back to Jesus. So, and then the third thing I'd like to kind of mention is that this is on a personal tip here. This isn't about anything that you said per se, although, due to your injuries and your constant health issues and what have you, it's easy for me. I'm a very driven person, and I know, Daniel, that sometimes I can get really amped up about what we're doing with GPR and try to ride you a bit because I need you to get this done and this done. And I think, while yes, some of that's good, I think sometimes I can get a little bit bitter in my own heart, not feel like you're doing your share. And then, I also have to remember, I've got a back issue, but I don't have anything hindering me from getting up or going to sleep or being able to speak at times even. So I do apologize for some of my attitude at times toward you, because I don't know what it's like to be in your shoes. And it's so easy for all of us to kind of judge each other and get, down on other people when we don't know their full story. And, there was a lot that I knew before already, but I definitely got a bigger scope on all that is Daniel Gow. And when I piece it together, it definitely humbles me. It was just great to hear your story, Daniel. And I hope that everybody out there got something out of this. And, I'm up next, so go easy on me. I didn't go through nearly anything like Daniel, so I don't have any excuses. To wrap up, I wanted to end on a kind of really positive, lighthearted note here, not having to do with this last episode, but just wanted to send some thank yous out to everybody who's been supporting us. We have an account with Podomatic, and that's where our hub is. So we get to look up stats and see how things are going. And I haven't actually been paying much attention to that in the past months because we're so new at this. But I think it was about 2 weeks ago on Podomatic, we were really ascending to the top. And I didn't realize like the gravity of the situation, because we were at number 24 in Christianity out of all the Christian podcasts. We're talking thousands of podcasts. And then I believe we had made it to number I know we had broken the top 500 out of all podcasts in general on Podomatic, which was a huge wow. That was just really encouraging to see us that far up, at least for a little while. I mean, things have gone down at this point, but for a good 2 weeks, we were right there with Chris White at Nowhere to Run. I mean, he was right there next to us. I think he was number 25 and we were 24. And then sometimes we were below him, sometimes above him. Varying numbers as all of these things are from day to day. But I just want to thank every single one of you guys. We've gotten a lot of downloads, especially on the episode with Paul J. Hansen, GPR010, and the last episode that we did with the midwife was an excellent one as well. So I just want to thank everybody for actually downloading it and just checking us out and spreading the word. It's just really encouraging. And Daniel and I are not doing this for money or any sort of gain other than just to spread the gospel and kind of hopefully help, spread a net out there for Christians that are coming into this, or even non-believers that are coming into this whole truth type of movement and realizing what the circumstances are that are facing us and where we're at. So we're just really amped. And like we've said before, we have a donation section on our website. You can donate to Canary Cry Radio, you can donate to Leonard Ulrich, or you can donate to Seed the Series by Rob Skiba. We don't feel, again, running this campground, God has just blessed us so much, and we try to put our own money into this, and there are costs definitely involved with it, but at this point, we don't feel it to be necessary to take other people's money to fund this. We feel like God has just blessed us so much, and we want to just do everything we can for him and his glory. So thank you everybody again, and it's been just amazing so far. So like I said, the next episode coming up is going to be my testimony. That's going to be GPR11, and then we're a little unsure as to what the order is going to be for the next episodes, but all I can tell you is everything's going according to plan so far, which is phenomenal. I'm not used to things working out that way. And we have written these things down on a piece of paper since the beginning, and everything's just coming into fruition. And we can only thank Jesus for coming through, because we couldn't do this by ourselves. That being said, what an episode. Thank you, Daniel, for your testimony. And until next time, don't buy into what the world is selling.
Thank you for listening to God's Property Radio. We thank you for your prayers and support. Until next time, don't buy into what the world's selling.